Morning, guys. Hope you're all having a good Monday morning. If you have full body workout coming at you today, we're going to keep it similar to last week. Yes, I talk too fast. We're going to keep it similar to last week.
That's better.
We're going to add in an extra core exercise today. So we were doing 3 exercises, then active recovery last week. We're going to do 4 exercises with your active recovery this week, and a different type of finisher at the end also. So we're going to do 2 different rounds, similar to last week. Throw the finisher in at the end just to work on something else. So once you all get clicked on, you will get ready to go. Get a quick sip of water. I'm not liking these brooks.
Why not?
No.
Oh, I love mine.
I feel like they are, especially this left one, I feel like I'm getting pressure in here in the cab, here in the knee.
Right.
So they're just not, they're neutral apparently, but I don't feel like they are. On the toes, you got just like using sort of not as much cushioning. Yeah, Brooks. Some people love them.
I love them.
Maria loves them. I'm not overly impressed with them at the moment. They said like keep it up. But if you need a lot of cushioning on your feet, yeah, you definitely have a load of that. I've been wearing the Ons for the last while. Toes, pick it up. Forward, back into the straight arms, like I said. Back into that jack, take it up. And last time on this one, let's go. Basically, keep that up, keep that up, keep that up. And then last 10, let's go. Speed it up. Three, 2, and 1. Circle the arms. If you want, we'll get that done.
Yeah, I will. I'm just finished on there.
Back with the arms. Relax that. Take it over the hips. Circle that round. Nice long circles. Change. So just move through those hip joints. Down. Weight in the feet. Arms inside the legs. Try and sit as deep as you can. Knees are out. Chest is tall. Just stretch it through that. Stretch that up. Stretch the hamstrings. Grab the toes. Sit down in as deep as you can. Stretch that up. No idea. Then we'll sit down in, push the knees out with the elbows and rotate. And relax that. We're going to that push-up position. So you're just circling the foot out and round to try and stretch through that back hip. And then you change the other side, stretch through the back hip. And change, stretch that back hip. Change, stretch down through. Good. And then last one. Watch that. That's what again. Take it onto your side. Rotate. Make me a roll today, please. No?
Yeah.
Do 6 each side of this. Last one. And spin it round. Same thing other side. Knee up. Rotate. Last one. Bring it over on your back. Foot in the knee, breaks the hip. Drive up, squeeze the glutes. Roll through the spine. So if you can't do that, both feet on the floor and just do 12 on the double leg. Both feet down. You're still rolling through the spine on the way up. Pelvis up top, roll through the spine on the way down. Last one. And down. Good. We'll bring it up. So I'll try and put this watch back on. Maria might actually get up.
Maria's just trying to do 64 things at once here.
Just do one thing.
You're welcome. Thanks.
time, me.
I will now.
Come on. Up you get. So, like I say, guys, we're keeping it similar to last week. So, we're going to do squats, press ups, sit ups to add in the extra exercise, and then flipping over into the mountain climber. So, it's not the exact same format. We're flipping around a couple of the exercises, and then we've got active recovery on the toes, moving out. And then after that, we have got your deadlift, your row, or the good bridge with a row. So, you'll need something like a jam jar if you don't overweight, or a resistance band. We'll do also reverse crunch as the extra exercise, power stride, and then active recovery again with a little finisher at the end. So once you're all ready, hurry up.
Go ahead, I'm doing my best. Here we go.
Doing your best.
I am.
Doing
How
your
we all
best.
doing?
Look, see, she is there.
I am here.
Sitting in the background. So I'll start. You ready? Not ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Big breath in, sit down in, stand up, squeeze the glutes. If you can't do it with this, put a chair behind you, sit to the chair, stand up out of that, squeeze the glutes, down in, stand up, squeeze the glutes. If you don't want to use the weight, put the weight down, put your hands out in front, sit back, away from the weight. If that still doesn't suit, again, that chair behind you, just sit to the corner of the chair, stand up, sit down to the corner of the chair, and stand up out of that. Got 15 seconds. But either way, same movement. Knees go out slightly, chest stays tall, you're not leaning forward, you're trying to sit onto your calves, sit down onto the heels, and then back up out of that. Time. We're down to your press up. Again, bottom position, we're trying to get the hands in line with the chest on that press up position.
There we go, I'm timing here. 3,
Put my back here, just
2, 1, let's go.
Bend the elbows, lean forward. So box position, you're here, you're leaning. Again, hands going to the chest. Next position, lean the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, lean in, and press, lean in, and press. Full position, same thing. Hands are still in line with the chest as you press up out of that. So pick the one that suits you best.
Halfway.
Halfway through. Nice control. And again, if this is difficult, stop at the top. Take 2 breaths, bend the arms, push up. Stop at the top. Take a breath or 2, bend the arms, push up. Doing 5 fast ones and then having to stop for 20 seconds is
3,
pointless.
2, and 10.
Back up out of that. We're flipping right into your setup.
Alright, timer stop. Stop.
I'm just going to crack mine back here after this. So hands to the thighs, slide up, control the way down, or feet can be there, press up, control the way down.
3,
When you're ready,
2, 1, let's go.
nice control.
Easy.
Just small movement. Breathe that out, keep that moving. My chin's forward as if I'm holding a tennis ball. My shoulders are lifting off the floor. The tension is on that core. It's a small flexion up and down.
Halfway.
Keep it moving. Nice control.
10 seconds.
Did you need?
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to get ready center. 3, 2,
And 1.
10.
So we're flipping over into a mountain climber.
Okay, you want me to take over?
I just need to crack it for myself. So you can do it up against the counter, you can do it on the floor, whatever suits. But that push-up position, knees into the chest, core tight as comes in, you can be slow or fast.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
And then Ray's going to show it against the counters for the same thing. Or you can elevate your hands onto the sofa to elevate yourself. Or you can elevate your forearms onto the sofa if you don't want to put pressure on your hands. I'm doing it slow to show the technique of the knee coming into the chest. It can also be a fast movement for cardio.
10 seconds.
Keep them hips low. Keep the hands under your shoulder. You okay?
And time.
Back in the feet, active recovery. Show that active recovery there, cracking back.
I just knocked this timer off. I'm thinking, I'm having one of those days.
Good
So
stuff.
on your feet, just keep walking it out. You can bob away. You can bob away. Or you can jump.
What's wrong with you? Oh my god.
I'm having one of those days where nothing is working. Nothing's working.
Nice and light. Keep it up. What time is it now? No idea.
Stay in the timer with it.
We'll do another 15 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the thing out of the car.
You go and get the other thing out of the car. Get yourself some air. 5 seconds. Grab a drink if you need one, and we're going back into the squat again. Whenever you're ready. So again, body weight or weighted, chair or no chair. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Back and down, stand up strong out of that. Back and down, stand up strong out of that. Alright now?
Yeah. I forgot this is broken.
You forgot it's broken? What's wrong with it?
She got trapped in a game of some sort and I can't get out of it.
Hold the stop button at the side, hold it on until it resets. And reset you back out of the screen. 15 seconds. Nice and controlled, keep it up. Keep that moving. Breathe out, stand up strong. Come on, nearly there.
Reset the whole thing there.
Yeah, 5 seconds. And tight, good. So again, press up again. On the floor. Knees, again, you can do this against the counter. Ray will show you that off your feet.
So if you're doing this one, make sure your heels are on the floor and you've got a straight line from your heels to your shoulders. Your hands, the palm of your hands.
Everyone else, let's go.
3, 2, okay.
Ray will keep demonstrating.
So your hands, half of your hands are on the end of the counter and you're putting your chest towards the actual counter, okay? Not above it, onto it and up. So your elbows are going back into your side and you're pushing up through the palm of the hand. When you get to the point then that you feel that that's not really challenging you, do it off a sofa or a lower table and eventually you'll get to the point where you'll feel confident going to the floor.
Yeah. So nice and controlled. Again, stop if you need at the top rather than banging out just nice fast reps that can't last 5 seconds. Last the full round is the thing to do.
And time.
Because when you last the full round, you can count how many reps you do in that time and then try and beat it on your next one. You just try and set yourself a little goal. Sit up. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So again, when you get into your position to start your sit up or your crunch, bring your head and shoulders up and freeze everything. Hold everything tight, and then the only thing that contracts in and out is your core. And that's what moves the hands. If you're moving the hands up and down, giving your thighs a knee rub, that's not doing anything.
That's not this. And then sort of bobbing your head. Head is fixed, arms are fixed, shoulders are lifting.
10 seconds.
My shoulder blades are lifting and lower. And that's what's creating pressure then on that core, is that shoulder blade movement.
That's 5.
Not a head movement, not a hand movement, and it's definitely not a throw. This here, this Mexican wave thing people do. Not that. About to clever again, slow or fast, high or low, elevated if you need, table, chair, sofa, kitchen counter, against the wall if you really need.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, I've just shown it to you from here. Again, plank position, straight line, knees up towards the chest.
Hands are always under the shoulders.
Or on the chair, you make sure the chair is solid against the wall, and you're going to move it in and out. So you're a little bit lower, and you'll feel that crunch and that bend in the hip, the fold here becoming stronger.
On that chair, if your wrists are sore, show it off the forearms on the chair.
Forearms in the chair, yeah, you're in your last 15.
So that'll actually lower you down rather than going down. But it also takes pressure off the, so it's taking you the full length of your forearm, which is good over a foot for most people.
3, 2, and 10.
Good, so walk it around, jog it around, whatever you need to do. Just keep that moving nice and solid. Don't have a crack.
You hurt something?
No, I'll be back just as one of them air pockets in it. You know, you feel like you need to crack a knuckle.
Yeah.
I need clapping.
Never did crack a knuckle now.
So again, if you don't want to do this, just walk and get your breath back. The idea is to bring that heart rate down, but not completely down. Keep it slightly elevated so that it's elevated for the last round.
And 10.
Last time. Just walk to start. When you're ready.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's go. Big breath in.
So
Feel the knees, sit down then.
If you're doing this without a weight, or if you're feeling now that in this round that the weight has suddenly become heavy, you can also do your same squat, but you're going to push your hands towards where your ceiling meets the wall. So the hand goes up as you go down, and each time you're going to go a little bit lower.
Nice and controlled.
Nice and controlled. Squeeze the bump at the top, push the pelvis forward.
Yeah.
Hands go up and down. If you find that this is still kind of an uncomfortable move, but you're not sure whether you're doing it right or not, stand in front of a chair or a sofa, sit back until your bum touches it, and then stand up straight and down. So that eventually then you will lead you to knowing that your technique is correct. And 10.
Good. Back to that, sit up again on the floor. Again, for the advanced, if you want to add a weight to this, you can. Beginners, I'm not showing you the weight yet because we haven't talked through it yet. So I don't want to add anything in.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Breathe out my way up. Again, it's just the shoulder blades moving. I'm not bending my elbows and moving my arms. Shoulder blades doing the work, head's not moving. And don't leave your head hanging back because that's going to strain that neck.
Halfway.
Hold that tennis ball against your chest. If you need, you can support the head as long as you don't start pulling the neck. If you put the hand on the head and automatically you start pulling with the hand, you've lost the core. You're going to hurt your neck pulling your head up and down. It's not that, guys.
That's
Ever.
right.
It's always from the core.
And 10.
Good. Looking it over into that mountain climber.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Again, if you slow or advance, just push that out.
Make sure you keep the pelvis low.
Yeah.
As your arms begin to tire here and
Don't
your
start
shoulders
creeping
begin
up.
to tire, this happens, and your bum ends up going towards the ceiling.
Yeah, so don't end up here doing this.
Because you end up there. And
Lower
that's
down,
your
and all you do is slow it down.
And look at how the hands and the elbows are directly below his shoulders. Straight line.
Core solid.
Core tight.
Knee in. Keep it moving.
Last 10 seconds.
Sure there.
Yeah. I'm just getting there.
This is a one leg plank, basically. It's a one leg moving plank, is what the mountain climber is. A lot of people like to say
2 and
10.
10.
It's not a core exercise, and most of those people are doing it wrong. Most of them people are relaxed and they're just throwing their legs in and out. Now their trainers say mountain climber's no good for the core. If you're doing it the way I was doing it there and you're locked in that plank and everything's tight, once you lift that leg, it's a single leg plank. And yet the same people will tell you to do one leg planks if you want to advance your core. It's no different. All that's wrong is the technique is wrong.
I agree.
Notice. Even when you're speeding it up, you're trying to maintain that solid plank position with the body.
And not rock too much as you go.
Yeah, so you're not looking for those hips to be
5
moving.
seconds. And that's it.
Good. Grab it right, guys. We're going to change the exercises. So again, we're going to start with a deadlift or glute bridge. We're going to move into a single arm row. So you'll need something for resistance for this, be it a 1 litre water bottle,
Bottle of something.
a bottle of something,
Jar.
anything to add a little bit of resistance so that you can add something to the arms to get that back to work. Preferably, you're going to, down the line, we would like you to get something like a small kettlebell or a small dumbbell. You can get adjustable dumbbells.
Maybe we'll do a post on that maybe this week where we put up maybe a few links to where people can find, rather than having you go looking and not know what we're looking for. So
Yeah.
we'll just do it again.
Eventually you're going to need resistance to work the lower parts of the body. So we're going to do deadlift or glute bridge, real deadlift, glute bridge. We're going to do a single arm row, reverse crunch. I'm going to show you a couple options with that. And I don't want you doing the advanced because every time you went to a class you were always doing this advanced one and this is what everyone does. If you're not doing it right, I don't want you doing it. Power stride and then active recovery again. So that deadlift, the bell's between the feet, chest is tall, you relax the knees and you push your butt back. Here, I'm sitting way back, away from my hands. Grab the bell, stand up, glute squeezed, reach back.
And if you don't have
Hip
a
down,
weight,
glute squeezed, reach back.
lie down onto your back on the floor and I'll show you what to do instead of the deadlift. Okay?
After that, we've got single arm row. Elbow forward, chest tall, pull back, control, up and down from that. After that, that reverse crunch. Now this is what I want here. Because everybody always goes to the advanced, which is they kick the legs up, they kick the legs out, they kick the legs up, kick the legs out. That looks fine because I can control my lower back and control the legs. But if you're just doing this and nothing's moving, your butt's not leaving the floor, all you're doing is moving your legs. If you're doing this and it hurts your back, or you do this and it starts pulling you off the floor and this is what it looks like and all you've got is a sore back because of this here sort of movement, then you shouldn't be doing it. Lock your legs, bend the knees, pull your knees to your chest. Stop.
Your side.
Pull your knees to your chest. Never sit in your hands. Knees to the chest. Because once you sit in your hands, you're creating an arch in your lower back and that's what's going to hurt your back. If neither of those two suit, straighten the body out, single leg V-sit. It's a much easier movement and it's working upper and lower body and into that core that we're looking for. So I don't want anyone to be doing the advanced version of the reverse crunch if you can't do it, or if it always hurts your back, because that is not what the exercise is about. Deadlift or glute bridge. Ray's going to demonstrate here, maybe.
Ready to go?
Just like
3,
you can lie down.
2, 1, let's go. So,
Same movement, sit back, hips up. As I stand up and the bell comes in, that's this movement. As I sit back, that's Maria going back to the floor.
and look at how I'm
Exactly
rolling
the
my
same
spine
movement.
down. So my spine rolls down from top to bottom, my back is flat on the floor. I push the pelvic bones here up towards the ceiling. I don't push my tummy towards the ceiling, it's the pelvis that goes up towards the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then you squeeze the bum at the top. Squeeze, squeeze. So actually what's happening here is that if you look, it's the exact same movement. One
Last
is
head.
standing and one is
Yeah.
lying. Simple as that.
Same movement, exactly the same. Time. Single arm row. So I'm going to do left leg forward, right leg back, and from that movement, chest is tall, don't slouch, elbow goes back. That's what we're looking for, is the elbow drag back as if you're elbowing something behind you, and the weight follows.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Elbow back, straighten the arm.
Yeah.
Don't let the weight pull you down, and don't turn your body, and don't pull it towards your shoulder. Naturally pull it towards your hip, straighten the arm. I'm not slouching, I'm not looking at my back foot, because you look at your back foot, you're naturally going to do this and slouch. Chest is into the floor, back is flat, elbow back.
So it's as
control.
if he's putting the kettlebell into his pocket.
Yeah.
And in the same way as when you start your crunch in this position and you go up and down from there, when you have the bell where Emmett has it there now, that's as far as it goes back again. You never, some people try and touch the floor with it.
Yeah.
Your shoulder's going to fall forward. Keep it engaged, keep it tight. That's a core movement again. 3, 2, and time.
Good.
Reverse crunch.
Reverse crunch.
I'm trying to hit it before it beeps here because the last day I used a beeper. Maria thought there was buns in the oven. She was
Right.
thinking about cupcakes. Ready to go?
So again, basic position is knees here, and then we're pulling the knees to the chest, stop, knees to the chest and stop.
3, 2, 1.
Head and shoulders on the floor, hips leave the floor. Your butt comes off the floor. This is the important part. That's what gives you that crunch. So your hips leave the floor. If you can extend the legs out, and then butt leaves the floor. Extend them out, butt leaves the floor. If both of them are killing your back, stop. Straighten your legs. Single leg V-sit or bent knee, single leg V-sit from that. Up and down. You'll have more control and it's going to work the core without hurting that back.
15.
Advanced, here, up and down, beginners, here. Anyone with back issues, single leg V-sit.
Last 5,
They all are doing the same thing.
2, and time.
So don't think that you're not doing something or you're missing out on something
Yeah.
because you're not doing the advanced.
Walk
You
out.
will be missing out when you hurt your back and then you have to stop for 2 weeks.
And as you, I've explained this before.
Power stride.
Are we going again?
Yes.
Start 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So on the toes, power stride, next leg.
What I was saying
Or
was,
low impact.
when you see us doing, for example now, we're doing 2 different things, or as Emma just showed, 4 different variations of the reverse crunch, and people sometimes feel that you should be doing exactly what we're doing on the screen.
Nope.
No, you choose one movement and you do it in reps over and over again until the timer stops. So when we're jumping in and out of different moves, number 1, it's because we're demonstrating, and remember that we're professionals and this is what we do. So we're, yes, we are used to this. But we're used to this, and this is safe for us to do. It is not safe for you to jump in and out of movements at home. 3, 2, and
Again, if you can, here, active recovery. Keep that heart rate up. If you can't, walk. And get your drink while you're doing this. So it's all about where you're at, guys.
if you have music on, use it. Find the rhythm in it.
Try and get it up.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Put on something with a good beat. That's my move.
That's your move. That is his move.
This is my- Stand in the corner. There's a guy across there. And you're just waiting for the bell to go so you can come out
That's
and
it.
do that. So you sit in the corner. Not remembering the damn thing that you're doing.
There's the
So deadlift or glute bridge.
Here we go. We've got part of back now. It's there. You alright?
I still haven't talked. Once you're ready,
3, 2, 1,
for
let's
Laurel,
go.
where could see it?
Huh? Okay,
That's
we'll
it.
start
Do you
to
show the glute bridge, please?
Yeah. I won't be able to see it. again, be sure that the back rolls down here, okay? If you're pushing the pelvis up and then slamming back down and bouncing the bum off the floor, you're going to hurt your back. Okay?
That goes the same for this. If you're just down and then standing up and down and leaning back like this here, that's not the movement. The movement is touch the wall with your butt, touch the bell with your pelvis, touch the wall with your butt, and then the pelvis into the bell. So it comes from that hip. That comes from the hip. It's the same thing. Tank. Row, opposite arm, opposite leg.
3.
Yeah, I wasn't even in position now. So no way they're going to be in position.
3.
Come on.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
That's what I live by.
That is, aren't you lucky?
Oh.
Aren't you so lucky?
I'm blessed.
Aren't you blessed? Hashtag so blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So you're pulling the weight back towards the pocket as if you're going to steal it. And as you get to this top position here.
As if you're going to steal it.
Yes, stop. Here. Stop. Do it again.
Oh, my weight.
Do it again.
Stop.
So here
Just stop with that weight up in the air.
You're squeezing the back as well, so your shoulder blades should feel this too. Not heavy. Last 9 seconds.
Last 9 seconds. There you go. You could have just said 10. Just an extra second.
3, 2, and 10. Well
Good.
done.
So again, reverse crunch. Pick the one that suited you the last time, not the one that we're doing because you think you should be doing it. And if you're not doing it, it's not working right. Because that mindset is not what we do. So when you're ready, I'm going to start with the basic.
Hands by your side, not under your
Don't
bum.
slip your hands ever.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's go.
So knees come in, and then your heels lead here. Again, a lot of people point the toe in the reverse crunch. They feel that they're, you know, I don't know, synchronized swimming upside down or something, and the toes are all pointed.
Yeah.
Your heels come out first. So Emma's heel
So
comes
that's
to the hand
basic.
before.
And then if I'm going to the back, same thing. Out.
Heels
Lead it up. The reason as well for the heels, guys, is that it's more control. If you lead with the heel rather than the toe, you'll find that the leg isn't as loose whenever you're doing it. A lot of times when people start with the toes, they start kicking. They start this where the lower leg's nearly doing more work than the rest of the body.
Last 10.
It's a lift, heel, control, lift, heel, control. And again, for anyone else, that single leg V-sit. If it hurts your back, you don't do things that hurt your back.
And 10.
Power straight back in the feet.
There we go.
Yes.
3, 2, 1,
Let's go on the top. So that mindset that used to be about, and then it kept coming about whenever boot camps came about, of no pain, no gain and all this, nonsense.
So basic here, you're doing a step back, push down into the floor and back. And then as you get the balance there and you feel that that's not really demanding much of you, lift the hands as you stretch back. Do not arch the back here. So watch that again. It's back and up, you're squeezing the glutes. You're not going, because you will hurt your back.
Making that noise.
Like that noise. Like Cody Calvin there, so I have.
Sounds like Rocky.
Last 5. Choking back. And time. Well done.
Walk around, jog around, whatever you want to do. So for the people that started last week, whenever I said no pain, no gain, the immediate thought you would have had is, I was wrecked last week. After I did the first session, I was so sore everywhere. That's natural because you've moved your body in a way that you haven't done probably in a long time. That is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about coming in and wrecking you every session. Because that's not progress. You can't progress from that.
But if you have been sore, and we did speak about this already, if you have found yourself sore, keep moving. Don't stop, because if you stop, everything seeps up even further. What?
It's not right.
Last 5.
5 seconds and the last one coming up.
3, 2, and 10.
Good. New. Last one. Real show the good part.
Yeah.
Should I turn the clock this time so I can see?
I might, yes. You ready to go?
Press start. Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, let's go.
Hips on. I'll step back so you can see. So hips go back, stand up, glute squeeze. Hips go back, stand up, glute
Nice.
squeeze.
Watch where my feet are. They're below my knees, okay? They're not here. If you're here doing this, you're going to hurt your
Yeah,
back.
too far out.
Below your knees, back into the floor, and push the pelvis up and roll it down. Now, you'll keep your hands on the floor. I'm lifting mine just to show you my back.
Same as this.
Okay, it's the same movement.
My chest stays facing the wall in front of me. I sit away from my hands and then I bring my hips back in my hands as you stand up straight, squeeze the bum. Sit back, stand up, squeeze the bum. Sit back, stand up, squeeze the bum. 3 seconds. And 10. Row. We're going to change sides halfway through.
God, you have to do this somewhere.
What's that?
Nothing.
You chatting with yourself?
Story of my life.
Good stuff.
There we go. 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Elbow back. What's wrong with you now? What did I do wrong now?
What did you do wrong now? Would you like me to write a list?
Yes. It's easier that way than being quiet and expect me to know.
You should know.
Apparently we all should.
5 more seconds.
Just 5 more.
Now you're switching sides. So switch sides, take the
So
time
sit
through
down,
this.
just turn your body rather than moving away.
Get yourself in position. Let's go again now.
And up. Good. Elbow back. Pull through, chest nice and tall.
10 seconds. Last 3, 2, and time.
Good. Set that up. And then we're into our reverse crunch or single leg V-sit. So reverse crunch, beginner to advanced, single leg V-sit, straighten the body out and then one leg coming in. From that, everyone else, hands by your side, legs up, and then pull it easy to the chest if you are able.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
So hips leave the floor, stop. Hips leave the floor, stop. From there, head and shoulders stay down. You don't need to be up unless it's uncomfortable neck. If you have neck issues and you need to keep that neck up, that's fine. If you can, extend out, lift up. Extend out, lift up. The lift up is above your hip. The lift up isn't this, throwing it over your head.
Halfway.
Because that's just trying to use momentum to get it movement. If you can't do this with control and lift, you should be back into this. Here. And if you can't do that, you should be back into this. From there. And you can straighten the legs if you're stronger to be able to straighten the legs.
Last 5.
But you should always be controlling your core movements in every
time.
exercise. The core work, for a lot of people, turns into momentum where they're trying to throw themselves into the position, mainly because they've never been corrected.
3, 2, 1,
Let's
let's
go.
go. Power strides.
But it's never that. It's never any exercise. You're never trying to force the exercise. You're trying to control the movement up and down, especially the core. On the way up, a lot of people can get up, and then on the way down, they just flop back to the floor. It's more control on the way down than the way up. So 1 or 2 seconds up, 2 or 3 seconds back to the floor, so that everything's working.
Last 10.
Last 10, let's go, let's go, let's go.
3, 2, time.
On the toes, active recovery, last one.
And if you stopped when I said 3, I saw you.
Yes, we know what you do. We also know that some of you are sitting watching this in bed, not doing it. I know. Put the coffee down. Play it back and go and do it. 6 p.m. replay also. Or they're always there.
You just don't realize that.
I know. Back to the cover, so don't. Before we go on to the finisher. No, no more round. We're just finishing out this round.
10 seconds to go.
10 seconds, nice and light. Breathe it out, breathe it out, breathe it out. Time. Grab it. Finish your whole body weight. Now, chat away then.
So, any questions, as always, jot them into the comments below or indeed post it up into the group. We'll come back to you as quick as possible. As we keep saying over and over again, you're best to send the message to the group so that someone else can maybe benefit from the answer that we give to you as well. Unless it's an incredibly personal issue, you know, sending a message privately is of no benefit to anybody else. So we'll try and keep the community spirit going. Keep motivating each other. And don't be afraid to post in the group, guys. You know, you don't have to wait for us to post all the time. It's your community. It's your group. So if you see something that's interesting or you have any questions or something you want to share with the group, feel free to jump in and do that. And let's try and get the motivation and the engagement up a wee bit in the group as well. Yeah, that's what it's for.
Especially when it comes to nutrition things, there's always things popping up online. So there is that you may think to yourself, oh, that looks good, but it might not be good.
Yeah, so
it's
share it and ask.
I'm neutral when it comes to nutrition. If I think something will work for someone and it will benefit them, then I have no issue with it, unless it's something obviously like shakes or pills or something like that.
No.
But when it comes to different diets, there's no new diet. All the different diets that are floating about now, your ketos and your things like that, they've all been here before. Keto's been about since the 70s under different names, so Don't think that it's because it's marketed, there's something fantastical and new. So
But
if you have
ask the
questions,
question.
yeah.
Don't sit looking at it thinking, I wonder is that worth looking at? Ask, and if it is, we'll say yes, and if it isn't, we'll tell you why. Simple as that.
Yes. So this one here, it's a simple little finisher. It's a rep finisher. So we're going to do. Alright?
Yeah.
So we're going to do one crunch, and then after one crunch, we're going to do 6 squat thrusts, and then we're going to do 2 crunches, and we are going to do 5 squat thrusts. We're going to do 3 crunches, 4 squat thrusts, 4 crunches, 3 squat thrusts, and that's where we're going to work down through it.
I always get confused by these ones.
I know you do. That's the reason I write it down.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it slow, and we're doing this. So legs are up, hands are at the temple. Basically, you do 1 crunch. After the 1 crunch, you flip over and you go into 6 of the squat thrust. When you get that done, you turn around, put the legs up, and then we do 2, 1, 2, and then we flip over and we do 5. And when you're halfway through this, you're going to go, why don't we just do 6 and 6? It's because it makes you move. And the movement of getting out of one movement into the other creates more basically energy burn because it's difficult. Whereas if you're doing 6 crunches and then you're going to do 6 of them, that's a little bit easier. This is just awkward. And awkward creates more work. So whenever you're ready, start timer to see how long this takes. So
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's
and
go.
go. So 1 crunch. Over we go. 6 squat thrusts. Do them off the table or chair if you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on the 2 crunches. Back round, legs up. Let's go. 1, 2,
and then 5.
back round, 5 squat thrusts. Let's go.
Take your time.
1,
1,
2, 3, 4,
4.
5.
Now we're going 3 and 4.
3 crunches. 1, 2, 3. Flip it over. And we are into 4 squat thrusts. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 4
Flip
crunches
it over.
now, and then 3 squat thrusts. You'll be glad that the numbers
1,
are going down with the squat thrusts
2,
now.
3, 4. Will they be glad, Maria?
Yes, they will.
Will they be glad?
Absolutely.
Really? Maybe do it here, Maria.
3,
1, 2,
2,
3.
Would you rather do more?
Flip it round.
You're going to 5 crunches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip it
We're
over.
going to 2 squat thrusts.
2 squat thrusts. 1, 2.
And you're going now 6 crunches.
6 crunches. 1,
1,
2. That's 10 there.
120.
4, 5, 6.
And 1 squat thrust.
1 squat thrust. And 1. Now, beginners, grab a drink. Advanced, we're back into 6 crunches. Where are they going to be happy? 2, 3, 4,
Nasty.
5. Yes, I am nasty. 6. 1 squat thrust. We're going the opposite way in case you didn't know. 1. So beginners, you can enjoy your coffee and laugh at everyone else. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to try it, but I don't want you doing it. If it's going to do, you can't do anything for the rest of the week. 2, 1, 2, 4. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
Yes. 3 squat thrusts. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
4.
4. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 squat thrusts. So that's the way, Maria.
Start with the opposite way.
1,
4.
2, 3, 4.
2.
2 crunches. 1, 2. Should be burning out.
5. 2.5 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1. Back to the start. 1. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 10.
Okay.
Woo!
So I would suggest everybody lies down now and stretches. While you're on the floor, you may stay on the floor for the stretches. So let your whole body fall into the floor here now.
Legs, body, exercise today.
Nice deep breaths. Push the hands up above the head here and push the heels towards the wall in front of you as well. Just really elongate the body and stretch.
What was the total time there?
253. So pull both knees in together now towards the chest. You do it when you want to marry yourself. Nice deep breaths. You want to move?
You trying to just pop that? It's not popping.
Not popping. So you're holding onto that left knee and you've extended the right leg. If your leg can't go full low like this, bring your foot up to here. Got frog in my grip this morning. Okay, switch legs. Again, you can come here if you're a beginner, or you can go low then. But make sure your back doesn't arch. The same rules apply to your stretches as apply to your exercises. When you are extending the leg or using that hip as a lever,
90 degrees.
if your back arches, you're too
Over to
low.
one side,
Okay.
twist the other way. Deep breaths. Talk through what we're doing, please.
So here you're going to put both feet and hands back towards the ceiling again. Bring it back to centre.
So 90 degrees.
And you're going to let this
over to one side.
carefully go to each side.
And then knees are up near the chest and then rotate.
So you get a really nice stretch here the whole way through the torso and down into the hips as well. Bring it back to centre when you're ready. So you can take as long as you like with these stretches, okay? Bring it back to
Yeah, if you're
centre.
tight, advanced, especially you that know the stretches by now. Foot up.
Now,
Left foot on the right knee.
you can show the beginner here first. So if you
Yeah,
want to
just hold.
push your hand towards your knee and push that knee and stretch the hip out. Otherwise, bring the hand through, pull that leg back by the hamstring, and again, then if you want to get a deeper stretch, push that heel towards the ceiling and you'll find that right into the calf. Carefully, always careful switching over. Again, your knee is on, or your ankle is on your knee. Push that heel towards the ceiling. You can even use that other elbow to push the knee forward a bit if you wish. And down. Over onto your side, or onto your front if you can.
So if you can't grab your toe off your front for your quad stretch, bring your knee towards your chest, grab your toe then, and then go back to a straight position.
So your knees should be close to each other here now at this point. Now in that situation, push your tummy forward a little bit, push that pelvis forward, and if you're on your front here doing this, push the pelvis down into the floor.
Yeah.
And that'll give a deeper stretch into the quad.
And then same thing other side. I'm going to do it off the front.
Yeah,
so you
so
can see.
what I said here. So even now, if you are on that in that position,
This
push
gap
your
here.
pelvis down.
Push
It's a
that
really
out.
good practice for the when we're always shouting in the plank to tuck the pelvis. That's what you're doing here. You're tucking the pelvis towards the floor and it's stretching everything that little bit more. So if you're not sure what we mean when we say in a plank to tuck your pelvis, do that and push the pelvis
Hands
towards
on
the
the
floor
shoulders.
and you'll feel what we mean. So don't push up too hard here, just glance at the
Squeeze
wall
your
in front
glutes.
of you.
Take your back. And then we're going to sit back into that chest pose. Arms forward. Sit it back into it. And we'll stand up with it. From there, we'll just stretch that up. Hands go out to the side and stretch that back. Hands come around in front, stretch that forward. Arm goes across the body, and then get the elbow up and pull through. You can change sides, same thing other side. Grab the elbow, pull through. And then hands around the back, roll the shoulders back, stretch it up. And relax that. That's all, guys.
Well done.
Have a good Monday.
See you tomorrow for cardio and core.
Strong
And
nation.
Strong Nation is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.